A guy tells you, I like you, you'll be like, all right. But I'm sure if a guy says, I love you, you'll be like, oh, really?
No, I'd be like, you're fucking lying to me.
Do you feel if a guy is asking where you are, who you're with, and what you're doing is a form of him feeling that he's not secure on the life that he has?
As a Nigerian man, we've been trained to cater for our women.
Hello?
No matter what.
Excuse me.
We have been trained to cater for our women.
On behalf of,
so, I mean,
on behalf,
you
is this thing on?
You could misinterpret that. And
Damola, do you consider yourself a Yoruba demon?
Do you believe in love at first sight?
From my own perspective, I do. If you like a guy, it's he's handsome. That's the first thing you like before anything else.
Not necessarily.
That is my biggest talking straight. Don't tell me I can do. And
then disappoint.
I'm able. Then you're not able.
Yeah.
Even the richest people are filing for bankrupt.
Sure.
And
fine,
it's
you're
not
right.
because they don't have money. It's because they cannot afford the lifestyle that my baby daddy. Ooh.
Yeah. Welcome back to Studio 10 Media. This is the Assorted Podcast, and today I've got with me my co-host.
Salam alaikum. My name is Karen.
Hi, Karen. And also we've got...
Damola.
What's good, Damola? My name is Rona, and today will be a part 2 on relationships in 2024. What's a toxic trait? What is love bombing, and does it exist?
So what do you define as love bombing?
Well, first of all, I think love bombing is a toxic trait. And it's excessive affection, excessive I love yous, and a shit ton of flowers to manipulate you. So you put your walls down, and then they come in and they destroy you. That, my friends, is love bombing. Okay. I dare you guys tell me anything different.
It's not more like tell me different. I want to know the experience you've had in that scene. Yes.
To be honest, I think I'm Nigerian. In case it wasn't obvious. And love bombing is the Nigerian man's middle name.
Hi.
They chat to you and they come with, oh my God, I love you. Oh my God, you're my wife. Their friends call you our wife.
But come on.
What do you mean, come on?
Are you offended?
What do you mean?
I'm not offended, but that's just kind of a natural Nigerian language. Like, I mean,
but where do you get that love language from?
Well, it's always been like that, like just trying to show our affection. I think we saying we love you actually means we really like you.
That's
I mean,
a
for
lie.
you to actually come down to our level and just accept.
But do you yourself as a Nigerian, do you feel like love and like are on the same thing?
Thank you.
Because I feel like when it comes to a toxic trait is when you say, if you say to yourself, is I like you a lot, I'm like, ooh, nice. When you say I love you a lot, I'm like, huh?
I love you after 2 days.
Where? You get what I'm saying? Do you feel that the love and the like are on the same path?
To be sincere, they are not on the same path. Quite all right. But at the same time, I mean, if a guy tells you I like you, you'll be like, all right. But I'm sure if a guy says I love you, you'll be like, oh, really?
No, I'd be like, you're fucking lying to me.
Do you feel every guy every lady that you've liked, you love also?
No.
So why do you say you love someone if you don't
I'm not
love
talking
them?
for me.
Speak for your kind.
Okay, I should speak for myself.
Speak for your kind. Why do you say you love someone?
Be the representative.
Thank you. After 3 days, what do you mean I love you and what was my life before you? You've known me for 5 minutes.
I can understand where you're coming from. But like I said earlier on, I mean, it's just one of them words that just come out of Nigerian guys' words. Like,
but
some mean it, some don't mean it. But wait. If a guy cannot tell you I love you in 3 days, but you guys don't believe in love at first sight?
I don't. Do you?
And that's what only happened, I think, in the ancient times. But to a point of it all, when you feel that you believe in love in first sight, then you have a however in capital letters. However,
Yeah.
it's a bit hard to believe that it was love at first sight.
You're actually right in
But
some.
to yourself in that question is that would you marry somebody over substance?
No, I wouldn't marry.
So
someone
why
with
would you believe in
substance.
love at first sight? Because all you're looking at is how they look like rather than what they can bring for you.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to grow into it. I mean, seeing someone, you like someone, saying, okay, for example, me saying you now, I like you, quite all right. We talking for a couple of days. I mean, normal talking, or what you guys call this talking stage. But let's just say for a
Dreaded
couple.
talking stage.
Let's just say for,
I'm
let's just say for a
so-
couple
You
of
sent the
days.
PDF file, right?
Oh boy. Oh
The
Jesus.
PDF file with all the answers.
But what I'm trying to say is the guy might develop love within the time frame of the talking stage. It
But
does not
how-
matter how long it is. It's 3 weeks or 3 days or 5 days. To me, I don't think it matters.
But
What
how
matters?
can a guy develop a love in those 3 days?
Well,
That's the bit that I want to know.
you cannot know because you are a lady. It's a man that will be able to tell you.
Have you been love bombed, Damola?
Tell us about your last love bomb.
Okay.
Because clearly this is your forte.
Okay, the thing is, I've never been love bombed, but I've had a friend who shared the story with me, and I found it quite intriguing in some sort of way, because I mean, I've never experienced it. So him telling me, I felt like, wow, does that really happen? I mean, to the extent the lady actually got his mom's number, start calling her. You know, bombing her with calls like, I love your son. Like,
Holy crap.
you know, I'm your daughter-in-law. Without the guy even asking her out. You understand? That's a little experience I've had. Not me personally, but someone has shared with me.
But what brought her to that situation? Because I don't actually feel like if I exchange numbers with you today,
Yeah.
and I told you my name, that the next time you're gonna text me, you're gonna be like, "What's your mom's number?"
Holy, how did she get
How
his mom's
did
number?
she get there?
How did that happen?
Yeah,
I mean, someone that wants to love bomb, we will always go to any length.
You think there's a thin line between love bombing and just being a flat out stalker?
And do you feel that this love?
I wouldn't call that. I wouldn't call that stalking.
Grabbing
Do you
someone's
feel
mom's
that
number?
these love bombers actually mean the true intentions to a sense that these songs that we hear that they have met an angel on F or not? Because that's how I feel. I feel like it's one of those songs that we hear in the 90s, in the 80s that say, I have met an angel on F and this is it. So do you feel that when you love bomb a woman, you have met that one in capital letters, big capital letters or not?
So I can actually understand where you're coming from, but
Yeah.
I mean, when we're talking about the love bombing, let's talk about the positive sides. You get what I mean?
Are they positive sides?
Yeah, for you to be, from my own perspective, for you to be loved bombed, you have to kind of like, first of all, accept it before you can be loved bombed.
So before we think about what we're accepting, what are we accepting? Are we accepting gifts? Are we accepting compliments? What is it in love bombing? Are we actually accepting?
I think it's a very, very thin line. And the definition of love bombing should be very clear here. Showing love to someone or giving someone affection is okay. It's accepted, especially when it's like early on in the relationship.
Yeah.
For me, I'm like, okay, I want to show a guy I actually give a shit. Mainly because for us girls with resting bitch face syndrome, I literally have to use my words like 100% of the time. Like, yo, I'm into you. Even though it looks like I'm bored, I swear I really do dig you, right? So that's showing affection. But with love bombing is half of the time you don't even believe what you're saying. You meet me today and you're telling me I want to make you my wife tomorrow, which is even another long thing with Nigerian men or maybe just African men in general, where they're like, I wish I met you yesterday. Oh my God, you're my wife. You are the one. I need you to love me now. Like, where is the line where you're like, okay, this could actually be true. This person could really think you're the love of his life versus this person's just trying to manipulate you so he can get you to a point where he can break your heart, which is what is the norm for me, I feel like. Well, as anyone who actually had that physical love bombing experience, or is anyone currently in the middle of that? Because I don't want to call out anyone. I don't want any of my suitors to see this.
I think Black Karen has been love bombed before. Haven't you?
I actually don't feel like I classify it as love bomb because I actually feel like Nigerian love comes at a different spectrum than any other person. But do we actually put, when we accept this love from a Nigerian person, as a love bomb? Because I've had experiences where a guy who have known me, after 3 days, they say, I love you. You get what I'm saying? And
Nigeria?
Of course.
Okay.
So I've had experiences of Nigerian guys who have been capital letters Nigerian.
Okay.
And they have said to herself is that they have put the big L word, I love you. They're ready to pay the lobola. I'm from Zimbabwe, and lobola means they're ready to pay for the bride price.
Oh my God.
And that is a hefty price.
Lobola, right?
That is a hefty price.
Lobola.
Has that actually happened?
Huh?
Has that actually happened to you?
Plenty. Okay,
it's lies.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
And I've got to a point where they are ready. They've said they love you with, and they're ready to meet the family. They're ready to pay the lobola, and that is not hefty because it depends what your family is. Your family can call up to 2,000 upwards. And I'm not talking about some kind of African dollars. I'm talking about $2,000. Yeah,
USD.
And they are ready. Yeah, but however, literally in the next month, they seem to be fishy in things like that. So to your point of it, when it comes to all these things about love bombing and things like that, I have received the extreme. These are guys we have been ready to introduce to families. I've been ready to introduce to anybody. Yeah. But to a point of it, I'm like, when does it actually become love bombing? Because how can you tell me that I'm ready to meet your mother today, but tomorrow?
I know that line.
Tomorrow you're like, your mother is coming.
Yeah. Have you actually met people that did meet your mom, but it was all jokes?
No,
how do you know? How did you know it was all jokes?
I've been there.
You've been there?
Believe me, I've introduced someone. They met my mom. They met my auntie. Like super important people to me. But it was all jokes.
Jokes.
And you never thought probably something happened along the line that made him like back away rather than making him feel like
he was a piece of shit.
Nigerian. What do you mean that you did
it got
something
too real?
That's
the thing. Like
anything
they make these claims. You make claims, right? Yeah. And then first of all, I'm cautious because it's normal to be cautious.
Yeah.
And then I start to lean in, and then I start to get on your level, and then you run away. That's what usually happens, I feel like. The typical love bombers might be going in there with a specific aim. So it's either they get what they want and they jet, or they meet someone who matches their energy, and then they lose their balls, and then they jet.
I mean, that's what we're talking about when it comes to love bombing. I mean, for you to be love bombed, you have to first of all accept the person's thing.
I mean, it's not about accept.
You have to first of all accept.
If you are able to accept a person's vision, it's not about me accepting who you are. I'm accepting your vision. I had a guy.
Okay.
When it came to it I had a sexual contraceptive plan, and I said after 10 years, I'm gonna take that, and it's not gonna be up to me. It's gonna be up to the guy. Okay. Mm-hmm. And after that 10 years, he's like, I'm going to perceive him in this story like he was a Muhammad Ali. He was ready in his boxing glove. He's like, yeah. You know what? I'm ready. I will do it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But in the first huddle, it's not even him. He's ready to do his Muhammad Ali movie. But I'm like,
calm down, like chill.
Exactly, because as much as his actions, they're not matching his words.
Okay.
And the point of it all is that you might be ready to accept this guy to be the person who is there as the guy you're ready to meet for your family. But to yourself is this guy ready to drop that facade spiritually, mentally, and be that person he's meant to be, that guy? Because to a point of it, oh, be like, yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's do it. But to a point of it, oh, is that I don't classify myself as the 100% Christian believer that God is gonna. If I am God's warrior, I'm going to be the first one who received the message. I'm probably gonna be the third person. I'm probably gonna be the third line. Okay.
Deep.
But to a point of it, oh, is in that instance. I was literally felt like I was the first person who received that message.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. Then you get that Nigerian guy who's ready to be like, ha, 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 ha. Muhammad Ali moves. And for yourself, you're receiving that. There's a big conflict. You have to really trust yourself and say to yourself is that guy is love bombing me. He says that after all these years, he is ready. However, spiritually, I'm not feeling it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And regardless, is that you have two options. You either protect yourself or you either question him.
Yeah,
Exactly.
sure.
And say what it is. And that's what I say to yourself is that regardless is whatever stage you are at this love bombing stage, it's a big toxic track. So after all this rounding, one thing that was always on my mind is I always thought is why do men behave and get to a point where they love bomb women?
Yeah. Why do men love bomb women?
Okay.
Yes, you must.
I want to say
answer.
Nigerian men, but I'll keep it to
Let's say
men. Let's say men.
Capitals, yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
To be sincere, man, I really don't understand, but I think men are programmed, not Nigerian men, but men in general are programmed to love our women.
Oh, boy.
But
Sorry.
seriously, it's true. But at the same time, I don't condone love bombing. You understand? I do love, and my own love is not excessive. You understand? To all ratification, I don't condone love bombing. But at the same time, I will ask because I've never had the experience of love bombing, right? But I've had people share their experiences with me. And that makes me to want to ask you why, because women too love bomb. So I want to ask you, why do you love bomb as well?
I mean, do we love bomb or are we checking to see if you mean what you say?
Yeah, I love the affirmations.
I mean, that is nice. Yeah.
I love the gifts.
You love the gift. That's where I say that.
I love the attention.
Even if you know it's not genuine.
Do you not love the gift or not?
I mean,
do you not love the attention?
And that's where I'm coming from when I said it earlier on that before you can be love bomb, you have to accept it. So because you love the gifts, you love the attention, you love everything good that comes with it, you're not bothered about what he thinks or how he feels about you.
Our senses kick in after.
Which reminds me, what do you think the long-term consequences are with love bombing?
It does. It goes both ways. But if someone is love bomb, it goes for a longer period. I think it destroys because it does destroy because at the end of the day, you tend to get weighed down. You tend to not feel yourself. Tend to feel worthless of yourself, or kind of you understand what I mean?
I mean, I get that. I mean, it's you start off and you're getting all of this affection and all of this love, and then you break down all these walls in quotes, and then that person stops giving you the same energy they had at the start, and you start to feel like, wait, is it because I'm worthless? Am I a piece of shit? Did I do something wrong?
And you start doubting yourself, questioning
you get
yourself.
Me? Yeah.
I actually feel that love bombing is a form of insecurity.
Do you really think love bombing really is some form of insecurity? From the guy's perspective or from whoever the person is that is love bombing?
I actually feel if a guy is asking where you are, who you're with, and what you're doing is a form of him feeling that he's not secure on the love that he has. What do you feel?
Have you had to ever buy someone's love?
Actually, I've never had any chance or any experience to buy someone's love. And when you talk of love bombing about guys, some could be suffering from childhood trauma, as you said. I'm not doubting that. But me personally, or as a Nigerian man, we've been trained to cater for our women, no matter what.
Excuse me.
We have been trained to cater for our women.
On behalf of,
so, I mean,
on behalf,
is
this thing on?
You could misinterpret that and call it love bombing. Whereas to us, it might not be. We're just showing our affection because that's how we were brought up. That's how
Damola,
we were
do
trained.
you consider yourself a Yoruba demon?
I know. But
wait, you know what?
What do you classify as you showing love to a person as a Nigerian man?
Okay. The way I will show you love is I'll show you affection.
Love bomb.
I'll shower you with gifts.
Love bomb.
Then if we talk about everything and you talk about love bomb, then that goes to say you're not the one not sure of what's in front of you.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
From my own perspective, I do.
Hey, you see the problem.
I do believe in love.
I've got another side of things here. Imagine this, yeah. What if, and it's a very, very thin line because I like to think I'm the shit, so it's whatever. But what if a woman thinking she's being love bombed is her having low self-esteem and not believing that a man could actually be super into her?
Exactly.
Do you think that's a possibility?
I mean, that's what I just said.
Let me even ask you is this way. Do you have a body type that you like?
Ooh.
Sure.
Yeah. So how can you believe in love at first sight when you have a body type?
But if you are not my body type, I'm not going to come to you and tell you I love you.
But that's surfacely wise. How do you know that woman has the same morals and principles that you possess, that you want to raise your children?
Is he thinking about raising children though?
No, but if he's saying love as a Nigerian woman, as a Nigerian man, I'm expecting he wants kids.
Yeah.
You want small picking.
Yes, to settle down with.
You want small picking.
If I tell you I love you, then that means I want to settle down with you.
So I'm expecting with the love bomb, it comes the kids. So how am I expecting that you have met me as I am getting my plantain, my sweet ripe plantain, as I'm walking here. And I'm the woman that you're like, and everything. But how can you tell me you love me before you know my morals and principles?
Okay, like the question Rona asked. She asked
and you know what my moral? Okay, let me say this way.
Hold on.
No, let me say my morals. Okay. My morals are: I do not believe that people who drive on the fast lane should not be arrested. That's my morals.
Holy crap! Where's that?
And then my principles. I believe that. Every person.
If there is no speed limit. If there is no speed limit.
Happy.
Or Dubai plug, by the way.
Those are
just in case you were wondering.
Oh, fair enough.
I believe that every person who drive a car without a license must be arrested and must be in prison for life. Those are my morals and principles.
Okay. She can't function in Lagos. You can't. No.
Just stay where you are in Dubai.
No. But you have met me. I am looking fine. And I am getting my plantain.
Okay.
And then you have decided this woman who is getting my plantain will be the mother of my child.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
But those are my morals and principles. How can you tell me that you are going to excuse all of this and I'm going to be your wife? Tell me. Hey.
There's love
Toast me now as a Nigerian.
She said I should
toast me.
Toast me now. Put me in the toaster.
Okay, you remember when I said I believe in love at first sight? Mm-hmm. If a guy loves you, trust me, it's not your attitude or the way you behave he loves. it's you, the way you stand in your posture or your stature. That's the first thing. No matter, we know if you like a guy, it's, he's handsome. That's the first thing you like before anything else.
Not necessarily.
Well, if a guy is not handsome, you are not going to give him attention.
Are there men that aren't handsome these days? Really? If you really
are you trying to say all of us? Are you trying to say all of us?
Really
don't
think
let
about
me
it.
disrespect men on this podcast.
If you really, what is handsome?
I'm here.
What is the definition of handsome?
I'm sitting right here.
Beholder, two-faced Udibia said, right?
That too. That too.
But yeah, as I was saying, I mean, if a guy says I love you or says I love you and it's a love at first sight or whatever, I mean, it's your body he likes first. To be sincere, it is at the talking stage or as time goes on, tends to know more and more about you, your likes and dislikes. You understand?
But how can you tell me you love me on the first stage, but you still want to get know me?
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
I love.
That is
maybe you're thinking. Maybe the way I said I love you, you're already thinking too far. Oh my! No,
what is love? There's only one definition of I love you.
Okay, wait. What is your definition for love? Because clearly, we as ladies we have the wrong one.
Man, I'm sure you would have heard a lot of definitions of love. And I'm sure my own wouldn't be of no difference. I mean, you have heard load of I love you.
We're listening.
No,
we have
love is patient, love is kind.
The one we have heard is from the Bible. Love is kind, love is patient,
all of that.
And
love is good.
That is my own type of love as well. My own kind of love.
Okay.
Can we go back
love
to the Yoruba demon discussion?
Love is patient. Love is wonderful.
He's giving Yoruba demon.
It's giving.
What else do you guys consider a toxic trait aside from
Zimbabwe?
Oh boy. Aside from love bombing, what else do you consider a toxic trait? Like, what's top of your list?
What's my toxic trait?
Yeah.
Oh, what's your toxic trait? Okay.
I have a whole list. It's about this long. Okay. Let me keep it short. I think my biggest toxic trait is selling dreams.
Selling dreams?
Selling dreams.
What do you mean by that?
If you tell me you're going to buy me a Lamborghini, I'll want one next week.
Like right away.
I want one next week. What?
All right.
No, like as realistic as it is.
Yeah.
Tell me where you are in your life.
Okay.
Tell me what you're doing and let me see if I can manage it or not. Yeah, and the capital word is manage.
Okay.
If I can manage it or not. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you say to yourself is that you might get to a phase in life where you can afford your lifestyle.
Yeah.
But you cannot afford a plus one.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Tell
that's
me you cannot afford a plus one. Then I can see whether or not I want to add myself as a plus one who is fully funded on my own salary or
independent plus one.
Independent plus one, yes, yeah. That is my biggest toxic trait. Don't tell me I can do.
And then disappoint.
I'm able. Then you're not able.
Yeah.
That is my biggest toxic trait in regards to that. Because to yourself is that one biggest thing I always say to yourself is that money comes and goes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Even the richest people are filing for bankrupt.
Sure.
And
fine.
it's
You're
not
right.
because they don't have money. It's because they cannot afford the lifestyle.
It's kind of the way living.
So to yourself is that if I get myself a fine bobo right here next to me, is that don't tell me I'm able to do it in 2 years. Tell me what you are doing now and if I can manage it or not. Because to yourself is in that sense of pride is to yourself in that if I get a guy who has no money and he tells me he can do it in 2 years, I will be a slave queen in 2 years. No? I'll be a slave queen in 2 years.
Sure.
Because I can do it. It's just whether or not I have the patience to be a slave queen in 2 years or I want to be a slave queen now. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not even about love bombing, toxic traits, red flags, and things like that. It is literally bear it all to me, put it out on this small table,
As it
on this
is.
whatever, as it is,
Yeah.
and see if I can manage it or not.
Fine.
And that is my thing in 2024 dating. Is to a point of it all is that we have, as a millennial, I feel like we have seen it all.
Facts.
We
So
have
you're
seen
not
it.
a Gen Z.
Huh?
You're not a Gen Z.
I wish I was a Gen Z. You
don't need
that
to
would
wish
make me a
that.
spring chicken. That would make me a spring chicken. But I'm not a Gen Z. I have to manage that I'm
Spring
a
chickens
millennial.
I had to cook, you know.
They have to cook. It's okay. I will manage it. But I'm a Gen Z.
Oh,
I'm a Gen Z.
Okay.
But as a Gen Z, is that we also all know the boys to men songs.
yeah.
And we also know all
Boys
the
to
talented-
men.
How you?
Yeah.
Ooh,
The Casey and the JoJo's.
why are you acting? You all know one boys to men song. Sing one.
None is coming to mind right now. I don't know what you mean. I know what you mean by that.
Why are you acting bougie? You know one. You know one.
I hear that. Backstreet Boys and that. Go on.
Tell me why.
Isn't that Westlife?
That is.
We digress.
There's always one.
Okay.
But to point of we are stuck in this dilemma between and everything like that.
Yeah.
And it is where you choose to be in life.
Okay.
And that is what I say to yourself is that if a guy can come to me and say, I have been doing 1, 2, 3. I'm still at 3 and I'm going to do it. Cool. Don't come to me and tell me that I'm
You've
at
done
7.
1 to 5, and
Huh?
you
Don't
are-
tell me I'm at 7 when you don't even know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for yourself, what do you feel in this new genre you are?
New age. What's
Well-
a toxic trait for you?
What's the talk straight? Yeah.
In this generation, or in this new generation, or should I say, dating in 2024, it's quite hard. And
Preach.
there are so many toxic traits.
Are you a millennial?
I'm not a millennial. Yeah, I'm a millennial.
You are a millennial.
I'm a millennial.
So it's a good bracket. Don't worry. We're all in this. Own your
Your
shit.
spring chickens. Yeah.
Own it. Own
Your
it.
Spring chickens
Yeah.
with white hair.
Some more than most.
Speak for yourself.
Okay.
We're not there.
Let's not go there.
yourself.
Let's not go there.
Okay, so like I was saying, yeah, in dating 2024, I mean, there's so many toxic traits, and which were what you people call red flags. I think that's the word you guys use now, red flags. So I met this girl, yeah, and we were talking, and at the talking stage, I told her I've got a child. When I told her, I saw her countenance, it actually changed. But at the long run, she accepted. She was like, oh, she's cool. She's fine with it. But at the long run, she saw that the way I was doing with my kid, you know, I'm a loving father. I take care of my kids and all that. And our discussion at the start was that my kid would not interfere. You're fine with your kid, because before you met me, you could see how I was actually dealing with my kid. How I had time with my kid and all of that,
Yeah.
which you knew. And I think that was what actually attracted that to me, because of the way I actually take care of my child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. So now she came in, and I'm still doing what I've been doing before I met you, and now you're now complaining.
I mean, I get that. From my perspective, I've had a friend that he was dating a single mom, but he always sort of felt like he was intruding on an already existing relationship. Like she had a son, she had her baby daddy, and they all had like an entire life, right? And I was trying to tell him that you can't date her if you're gonna love her, you have to love her kid.
Yeah.
Sure.
But my big
Right.
question is, when do you actually expect the baby mother or the baby father to be involved in discipline and things like that? Involved in that child's life? Because to myself is that if I'm at your house and I see your child and she does something that doesn't agree in myself, let's call it spiritually, okay?
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah. At what angle do you feel is acceptable for me to tell your child to be like, babe, slow down?
Yeah, but we
Babe,
cannot
no.
classify that as a toxic trait, you know.
No,
that's
but to a
discipline.
point of it all, it becomes a toxic trait, because to a certain point of it all is that you might meet a girl 2 weeks down the line and she wants to discipline your children.
In 2 weeks, no.
Okay, 1 month.
2 weeks.
Okay, 1 month.
It's like, who are you?
And girl, 1 month.
You can't touch my child.
Hell yeah.
Okay, 3 months. 3 months. 3 months is a good solid, yeah?
I get that.
Okay, so you meet a girl 3 months down the line, you introduce her to your kids, and she wants, like, okay, let's say they are swearing and they're running down the place or whatever. Would you accept her to discipline the child, to say no or no?
Depends on your definition of discipline. Are we talking an ass whooping, or are we saying...
I actually firmly believe that I would never be an ass whooping person, in the sense of that my baby daddy would never be a whooping man. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't remember the last time I was whooped, and I don't remember the last time my nieces were whooped.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And those are my immediate discipline people. What do you feel?
For discipline?
Baby daddy discipline.
First of all, I feel like my friend would feel. I would feel like I'm intruding and I shouldn't be there. And I'm very, very... Like
your own children.
For my children, they're going to get disciplined. Yeah.
And you fund the guy.
So we're saying if I was a single mom, for instance.
You were a single mom.
I'm not, by the way, just so you know.
Pekin.
Hi, Mom. Go on. So if I was a single mom...
With 1 Pekin and you found...
Are you trying to say if she disciplines our baby dash child, then that's a toxic trait?
I'm trying to
or if
say
my
that
boyfriend...
She is a single mom. And she has been doing it great. She's been doing amazingly. She meets a man who is ready to incorporate that life into her. And he's going to be a single dad. Maybe he has small kids, 1, 2, and there.
Got you.
Yeah. But he's going to be very much involved in the raising of your child. Whether or not you would allow him to discipline your child.
It depends on the definition of discipline. One, and what also
definition.
You can't touch my kid.
Smack.
You can't smack my child.
You can shout at him and anything. Huh?
You can't even. We need to talk about it first. It has to be like. I feel like
there has to be a conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, there has to be a thin line between.
We have to talk about it.
Table. This is a conversation table. What are we conversating about?
It needs to be slow and steady. I mean, I get that. No. I get that.
It's a what are we? This is the table. What are we?
You know how I'm not a mother yet, but to a very high degree, I can be very protective with my siblings, for instance. And if anybody steps to any of my siblings, I'm coming for you, right? Yeah. So if it's my kid, and then you're not a random, to a high degree, I sort of love you, but you're chatting to my child in a way that I don't like. But this is what I'm saying.
This is a year into your relationship, and he tells you, Habibi, my love, I am expecting that every child who runs left instead of right, I'm going to smack them.
No.
That is where you are with discipline. What are you saying?
You can't smack my child.
So that's the point of it. Oh, is that your discipline comes with, in the sense of
we'll
use your words rather than smacking.
Yeah.
And then you?
I'm a father.
As a Nigerian man.
I'm a father.
As a Nigerian man.
A Nigerian man, a Nigerian father.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will not just allow anybody to touch my kid.
No, but as yourself, because you will be the...
Even me, myself, I don't really smack my kid.
You don't really, or you do it casually? Or
no, it gets to some certain state. Kids are kids. Kids will always be kids. Kids will always misbehave.
How old are your kids?
I've got a child and it's just 5. So with age gap is different, and in discipline, age gap differs as well. A child of 1 to 5 years old.
Yeah.
The way you're going to discipline the child is different from the way you're going to discipline a child of 10 years old.
I get that.
Exactly. It's always.
But I feel like we've low-key strayed. So I'm
we have strayed a lot. We have strayed a lot. Because you cannot tell me that you're going to start disciplining your child when the child is 5.
Hold on.
Because your mother will not do that.
hold on. There are some discipline that can turn to toxic traits.
Which is what?
People that exhibit toxic traits. You know that thing when they say hurt people hurt people? Mm-hmm. So let's bring it back to, do you think people that are toxic know that they're toxic?
I think some do and some don't.
Okay, let's bring it personally. When you were disciplining your child, did you identify any toxic trait in yourself?
Okay, when I was a child.
No.
Hold on.
When you were a child. When you were disciplining your child.
Hold on. Let me give you an instance. When I was young, I stayed with people. Mm-hmm. That sometimes I stayed with my parents. That sometimes I stayed with other cousins or whatever or whatnot. From child, I've been a kind of like a hard child.
Hard child.
Stubborn.
A little bit stubborn. You can call it that way. You get disciplined when you do something. Mm-hmm. But because I never knew what I was doing then, if I get disciplined for what I did, in my own mind, I think as they are being toxic to me. As if they're being, how would I put that word? As if they're being mean to me. Whereas they weren't. They were just disciplining me. Mm-hmm. But because I was young, I did not understand. So now let's bring it back to being adults now. Right? Mm-hmm. If someone does something to me, I will be able to tell if the person is being toxic or not. I will be able to tell. Mm-hmm. Do you get what I mean? So all toxic traits does not mean the person actually really knows or not. The person treating you in a bad way might not even know or understand they're treating you in that bad way because that's how they were treated.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying or where I'm going to? Some people, the way they're treated or the way they were brought up, they don't understand things. So they do the same thing back to the next person without knowing the repercussion or the consequences. Until you outline it to them. You understand? And tell them, this is not good, this is not good. Then where the toxicity actually adds is when you tell them, this is not good, this is right, and they don't listen and they still keep doing it. That is when the toxic gets to another level. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that. Interesting. I think getting in relationships makes you dumb to a very, very high degree.
Yeah.
I'm going through a couple of questions at you guys. It might get a little personal, but don't worry, it's fine. What's the dumb? It's chill. It's chill. Don't mention any names. They'll be fine. What's the dumbest thing you've done in a relationship? Like you look back and you're like, I can't believe I was that stupid. Why did I do that? Or why did I agree to take that?
Look at him.
Let's start with Damola, poor guy. I'm sorry, Damola.
Well, I mean, mine has been in different relationships, you know.
Is it?
Give us one. We will accept one.
Well, I think the one I could recollect is thinking I love this girl, which I did. Mm-hmm. I mean, truthfully, sincerely, but she not loving me back. And we were together for about a couple of years.
How can you be in a relationship for years and you're not being loved back? And
some people can pretend.
Lulu.
I mean, you ladies, I'm sorry I used that word, but people pretend. And some people pretend to the extent you won't even find out because you already love the person, so you overlook whatever the person does.
Deep.
Let me give you an instance. I have a friend of mine who just broke up in his relationship, right? He's been married for about 6 years.
Yeah.
And they've been having problems in the marriage since they started. You understand? The guy saw the red flags, saw the flaws and everything.
Yeah.
But he thought to himself, because he actually loved her, so he thought to himself, oh, probably it's just one of those things in marriages. Probably in the next 3-4 years, we'll get over it. Probably it's just one of those things that happen at the beginning of marriages. It will wear off. You understand? Yeah. But at the long run, it's still the same thing. Nothing changed.
Yeah.
For 6 years. It took them 6 years for the guy to realize, hold on, what have I been doing? But I saw this. Why didn't I act on it? You did not act on it because you've actually really loved. and you never believed the person did not love you back. You thought they love you the way you love the person, that's the way the person loved you back, whereas it wasn't so. I mean, so toxic trait can come in so many forms, in so many ways. Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, that's from my own perspective.
So Karen, from your perspective, what's the dumbest thing you've done in a relationship?
I'm gonna be very Western in regards to this thing, yeah?
Be Western, be Dubai, be a
I'm
BB.
going to be Western.
Be a BB, be anything.
I'm even gonna catch a plane in regards to this thing, yeah? Is that I actually feel people need to recognize their love languages.
Oh yeah.
I actually feel like people need to recognize who they are first and who they are loving first. I've had instances of people, of guys who have loved me in a certain way, and when I have met up with them a year later and things like that, and they've re-evaluated, and they say to yourself, but you know me. Yes.
What do you mean? What do you
fix your face and do it? But you said, but you know me. And to yourself, I feel like to yourself is that to yourself is that when you are loving a person, I really pray to the good Lord that they know who you are. But I feel like in that relationship that you are with that person, you are spending that time to know who that person is. And when you know who that person is and you can understand why they might fuck up, why they might do certain things, why they might do things like that. And I feel like that is my biggest lesson that I've learned in relationship, is that I have taken people who I have thought, they don't love me. They don't appreciate me. They don't know who I am. And they have said one word, and I've said to myself, and I said, no, but that's not how I want to be loved. That is not how I want you to approach that kind of stuff. So right now, the battle is whether or not I accept who they are or they accept who I am. That is the biggest battle. But to yourself is that the realization that I got with all these things is that not everybody that loves you the way you want to be loved.
Right.
Yeah.
Not everybody that wants you the way you want to be loved.
Not everybody that you're in a relationship with actually likes you. And I'm saying this. Yeah.
Are you talking from experience?
Not necessarily.
No, it's not experience kind of stuff or things like that.
I don't want to say experience.
So, but
then what is it? If it's not experience, then what is it then?
Okay.
It's the point of it always. Some people just look at it as a hobby.
Rona, tell
Thank
us.
you. It's two things.
It's a hobby.
It's two things. It's
a hobby or whatever. What it is.
I've literally seen a video very recently where this guy is like, when you hate your girlfriend and she calls you. And then the girl calls him and he's like, yes, hi. And you can tell he hates this babe. But he won't break up with her.
He will not break up.
And then in the middle of the call, someone called Perfect Combi calls and he's smilling and he's like, hey, my great babe, what's up? And then as soon as it's done.
This is what I say to a
But that's just a skit.
No, it's not
based on real life events.
I will tell you one thing for sure is that everybody that calls you, there is that one babe that gives you that sense of peace.
I know someone, that it gets to a point in relationships where he needs to break up, but he never does. Instead, he acts like a piece of shit until the girl decides that, oh my God, this boy is a loser. I'm going to break up with him.
Oh, no.
Genuinely, I think it's psychotic.
That's actually that's a toxic trait, to be sincere. From my own perspective, that is it. That's a toxic trait.
The man or the woman?
I think
it's the guy. The guy's being toxic. Yeah, I mean,
you don't like someone. Why are you pulling them in? It's ridiculous.
I mean,
How would you break up in that instance?
Hi, I don't think things are working out. We should part ways. Hello? Breaking up is so easy.
We are not working. It's not going anywhere.
Boom.
It's not going anywhere.
Yes.
As a Yoruba demon.
Well, I'm not. I'm a Yoruba guy. I'm not a Yoruba demon. I'm a Yoruba angel.
You know what? On that note, we're going to bring things to a close today. It's been dating in 2024. Definitely do another episode, possibly to bring him back to prove his claims on being an angel. We'll
Angel for
see.
real.
Right. But thank you again. This has been the Assorted Podcast, coming live to you from Studio 10, and we hope to see you again.